Three, two, one. Hey guys, and welcome to my channel, the Boozy Cinnamon Roll. My name is Judson, and today we're going to be doing a little holiday crafting and day drinking. Today's craft is sort of I'm having a hard time talking, is sort of a pet-themed ornament or animal-themed ornament. Today's drink is a blueberry vodka and tonic. Basically, it's vodka and tonic, and then I threw in some frozen blueberries. I kind of like it. I think I like it better than the blueberry gin and tonic. But try it. Let me know what you think. Today's intro I borrowed from Our Shabby Cottage. You should definitely check that channel out. She does a lot of fun DIY crafts and probably way more talented than I am. So, all right, let's get to it. So today's craft, like I said, we're going to start with some animal pet themed crafts. And so a couple of years ago, I saw these at the Dollar Tree, little Scotty dog shapes. And they still have them because I got this one a couple of weeks ago. They're cute, and my family has a history with Scotty dogs. My mom and dad had Scotty dogs when they were married, and then afterwards my dad had Scudder, I guess was the name of the one that he had for years, like decades, until I was, well, maybe not decades, but until I was like 10 or 11, I think. Sweet dog. My mom, like I said, my dad, fan of Scotty dogs. My cousin Parker and his wife raised Scotty dogs in Missouri, I believe. Anyway, so I thought it'd be kind of a fun little craft to do something with these. And so I've got this sort of plaid, not sort of plaid, it is plaid, wrapping paper. I think we got it at the Dollar Tree or Target a couple of years back. And basically what I'm gonna do is just decoupage the wrapping paper to the Scotty dog. Now, in a perfect world, if I were, really Johnny on it and concerned with making high quality crafts, I would absolutely scrape the tags off the back here and do something about this sticky glue spot right here. However, since I'm gonna decoupage the wrapping paper over that, no one's gonna see it. So I'm just gonna skip right over that. And basically I'm taking a little bit of my Elmer's glue from my giant tub of Elmer's glue that I am never going to be finished with. This is not sponsored by Elmer's Glue, BT dubs. But basically I am just painting, using what is probably too small of a paintbrush, the glue on the back, and I have already missed a step. I do not want to have a brown, like the space between the front and the back, I do not want that to be brown. So I'm taking this giant red fat Sharpie, and I am just going to carefully use this marker to go around the edge of it so that it is red and not MDF colored. You don't have to do it in red, it just happens to be the color that I laid hands on most easily. Let me put my glasses back on. Also, I can show you, this is one that I've already done, and on this one we did it with the black Sharpie. Now, you could paint, you could use one of those stain pens from the Dollar Tree that are used to fix or hide scuffs and scratches in your furniture. You could actually use real stain and stain it and do it that way if you'd like. But this is quick and easy for me, so that's what I'm doing here. And I want to say that when I did the other two, I forgot as well, and I wound up having to do it after the fact. So after I had decoupaged everything on, then I remembered that I hadn't done it. So then I went around and did it. So that way works too. But okay. And there we go. So anyway, get your sides painted or Sharpied or however you want to do it. And then finish off putting the glue on the big side. And there are tons of ways that you can decoupage. You can do the method where you put your decoupage medium on, wait for it to completely dry, and then iron the paper on. You can smooth it out with cling wrap, many options. I am gonna go the easy peasy route, and I just have the plaid paper here, cut out a small square of it, and I am going to, it needs to go sideways, just lay it down and then kind of gently smooth it. I didn't really have a problem with it wrinkling, like a little bit. Now, of course, having said that, I jinxed myself and it appears to be wrinkling. But as far as the others, once it dried, I didn't really have any problem with it wrinkling. So you're gonna wanna do the first side like this, and then do the other side with the second piece of the wrapping paper. And then you can then wait for it to dry. That's what you want to do. You want to do both sides, wait for it to dry, and then once it's dry, you can go around with like a box cutter and kind of cut around it. You can, if you're brave, do the fire method where you use like a lighter or candle or something and kind of burn off the excess. But please be careful if you do that. Do not burn your house down and then be calling me. Or you can do what is probably one of my favorites is use a little sanding block or like a nail file and just kind of go in a downward motion. You can kind of see like this. And it kind of gives you a real clean edge. I don't want to do the whole thing, but it gives you a nice clean edge when you do that. Now I'm going to do a little swap out here because I have already done one today that is dried, and you can kind of see we've got the plaid on both sides. Cute. And then what I want to do to kind of fancy it up is put a ribbon on it, and I've got this brown satin ribbon which I thought would kind of go nicely. And I think, how are we gonna do this? I think that what I want to do is a tuxedo bow. So, scissors, pardon my reach. I'm gonna cut off a piece. Oh, that was not good. This is gonna be the tails that hang down. So cut off that, and then I do want these dovetailed. So let me, That's not great. Let me try this one the other way, where you fold it. And then okay, so got them. One of them looks cute, and the other one, like, that dove is not going to fly if its tail looks like that. Okay. All right, that's probably a little better. And then cut off another piece here. All right, and then the way I learned to do tuxedo bows, you take your ribbon and you just make a simple loop. Yeah, make a simple loop. Then I'm taking a little bit of hot glue. And I'm going to put the two pieces, the two ends together so that you have a loop like that. And that is going to be the two sides of the bow. And then what you do is you take another piece of the ribbon. Speaking of things to do with fire, I wish I had a lighter to kind of burn the edges to kind of seal them. But take another piece, fold it in half so that you have a little smaller piece. And then basically what you're going to do is wrap it around the center of this loop here. And come on. And glue that in place. And you don't want to make it too tight because I think, if I remember correctly, that's sort of the thing with the tuxedo bow, is that it's not like a tight loopy bow. It's a real simple kind of flat bow. Works best with satin ribbon or velvet ribbon, which is very in vogue this year. Got to get your Ralph Lauren Christmas. If you're on the TikTok or the Instagram or any of the social medias, really, it's sort of everywhere. Which if that's your vibe, more power to you. It's very popular, and I love that for people's homes, and it's, you know, red and green, traditional Christmas colors, and plaids, also traditional Christmas, and you know, velvet and satin, also traditional Christmas. And yes, there are specifics to the aesthetic that make it be, you know, Ralph Lauren and not a traditional Christmas. But like, I just yeah, it just seems like we're going to brand it as something else so that people have to go out and spend money and get, you know, the specifics of the Ralph Lauren aesthetic. And, you know, maybe people don't want to be spending that money, but, you know, maybe they do. I don't know. I'm not in any way trying to judge, because not my business. I mean, who are we kidding? I love to judge. And then talk about my judging. Ask my children. They will tell you, this is my judgy face. However, truthfully, if it makes you happy, you do you. Okay, come on. I think the deal is that I've got too much ribbon on this middle piece. So let's try it again. All right, we're gonna try again. I think that I folded that one in thirds, and I should have just folded it in half. So let's try it again. And when I am done with this video, I'm gonna be looking and doing a little research to see what part of the tuxedo bow I missed, because I'm fairly certain it's not the bow's fault. It's mine. All right, got the loop, got it folded in half, and then we're gonna just fold the pieces over, and it's too long. All right, here we go. We're gonna put a little glue on the back. Honestly, if this precision, I love the precision hot glue gun because I love how it comes out in a tiny little, fine line. But if it doesn't get it together and start working, I'm gonna switch back to one of the old ones. When I was going through the garage the other day looking for kids' toys that I could upcycle, I found, not in the box that I was looking for, in the box, I was looking for toys, and what did I find? I found 2 glue guns. One of them, Kathleen has had since before we started dating, and we met in like January of 1989. So that glue gun is certainly a vintage glue gun, if not an antique. And it is a hefty, girthy, hardcore kind of glue gun. Nothing precision about it at all. Okay, so here we've got the tuxedo bow. So you can kind of see what that looks like. Kind of a brown satin ribbon. And then I'm going to take this piece and kind of fold it in half so you get the little dovetailed ends. And it is a little longer than I want it, but I had such trouble messing with the dovetailed ends to begin with that I'm just going to go with it. I'm gonna put this here. And then the other glue gun I found is not quite that old, but it is nearly that old, and it's a smaller one. So, closer, well, it's not a precision point by any means, but it takes the smaller glue gun sticks versus the old one, the vintage one, the antique one, takes the giant ones. And I found some of the glue sticks too, and they are completely yellowed, so who knows if they even work. But if this doesn't, get it together here, we're gonna find out if the other one works. All right, so here we go. This is ornament 1, decoration 1. Kind of got your brown tuxedo bow on the little Scotty dog, very fancy for my friend Autumn. I like it. I do. I think I like the brown satin better than on this one. I did kind of a green and silver number, but I think I like the brown satin better. So that's ornament number 1, pet ornament number 1. Pet ornament number 2, I think I like the Scotty dogs because that has, kind of a meaning for my family, but I really, really am excited about this one. So I was thrifting and looking at kids' toys and found this puzzle piece. It is a cat from a puzzle. The puzzle wasn't there. The other pieces weren't there. It's just a cat. Or maybe there were other puzzle pieces, but I don't think they were for the same puzzle. That's how I know it was a puzzle piece and not something else. But I was like, you know, I could make this into a Christmas ornament. It's not the cutest cat, but I think that we can kind of give it a glow up, kind of, you know, upgrade it, make it a little bit cuter. So basically what I'm going to do, the back, it's just this, you know, boring MDF back of a puzzle piece. What we're going to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this scrap paper, and I am going to carefully move that ribbon, use a pen, trace around the cat, and then fussy cut. It's not too terribly fussy, around it, and then glue it to the back. And this is like scrapbook paper, so it is a little heavier, a little thicker than the wrapping paper. So really won't have to worry about wrinkles on this one. Okay, so traced it out and totally missed a part. It's not that I missed it, it's just that the pen didn't, there we go. The pen didn't leave a mark. All right, and so then we're gonna carefully cut this out. And then we will glue it down. Like I said, I'm really pleased with this one. I mean, it's not a cure for cancer. It's not a solution to, you know, the energy crisis, or, you know, an end to strife and hostility. However, you know, like when you're out and you're thrifting or going through the garage and you see a puzzle piece and it's actually the shape of something, because that's the thing, like oftentimes puzzles, like it's just part of the cat, or, you know, a leg of the cat, or not, you're not getting a whole thing. But some of these older puzzles, like this one, I guess, you know, you get the whole cat, and then that's kind of fun if you don't have the whole puzzle. And usually what happens with puzzles, of course, is you don't have the whole puzzle, especially like if you're getting it in a thrift store, it's already missing 3 or 4 pieces. Or you have the 3 or 4 pieces that are missing from someone else's puzzle. But then, you know, if it's in the shape of something that you like, or something that, then you have the opportunity to do something fun. But yeah, so I have not seen this. Now watch, I'm probably, having said this, like I invented it, it's gonna be totally like a thing that other people have done, probably Martha Stewart, no offense. But yeah, someone else has done it and I'm just, you know, following a trend. But at the moment, man, I think I am something special for coming up with it. So we are just fussy cutting this out. Boop, boop, boop. And then we're gonna glue it to the back of the kitty cat puzzle piece. And then we will add, we will make it special. We will zhuzh it up, something. All right, so traced it, got the pink and red plaid paper, which I seem to be liking a lot this year. And we are going to, let's do, I'm looking for my glue stick, but I'm not seeing it. Oh, here it is. Hold on just a moment. Pardon my reach. So we'll use the glue stick. If I can get it off. There we go. And generously, dude, I did it again. did not take care of the edges. I am challenged today. So once again, using the red Sharpie, water-based paint pen, I am tracing around the edge of this puzzle piece and getting the purple glue from the glue stick everywhere. But luckily, that purple glue dries clear. That's a throwback to year 1 of our day drinking and crafting videos. I don't know why, I just felt compelled that year to, in every single video that glue was involved in, I was telling people, it dries clear. I don't know why. But also I had that giant thing of Elmer's glue that I was certain. I mean, to be fair, I did an awful lot of gluing that year. I think the majority of the crafts were glue involved, but still, I bought a gallon jug of Elmer's glue, and I have religiously used it. Not religiously, I consistently used that glue, and still haven't gone through it. Maybe not even half. Maybe a quarter. But all right, so now we've got the kitty cat, the edges red. Put the lid back on. Ooh, blueberry vodka tonic. Good. All right, and back to the gluing with the glasses. I was thinking with the puzzle, so my son Matthew, when he was young, puzzles were his jam. Like he loved a puzzle. It appealed to his, need for a sense of order, all of that. Loved a puzzle. And one year he got for Christmas from his aunties Susie and Becky, grandmother aunties, my mom's generation. He got like a marine biology tracing book. So every page had a different animal, and you could lift the template off the page, and it was thick cardboard, and it was an outline of the animal. Now if you left it in the page, then the page was colored in, and you saw it's a dolphin, it's a whale, it's whatever. But you could lift it out, and then you could use it to trace the shape of the animal, so that you could then color it or whatever. And it took him a while to figure out it wasn't a puzzle, because he was absolutely convinced that it was a puzzle and that someone had run off with all of the pieces, and he was not happy about that. So we had, repeatedly explained it to him until he got it, which, I make it sound like it was complicated. He just was certain that we were wrong. And then once, he actually believed it, he, told Susie and Becky no that he thought it was a puzzle book. He let Susie and Becky know he thought it was a puzzle book. And so sure enough, next Christmas, he got a puzzle book. And he was so happy. Dude, he used to, they had bunk beds. The boys had bunk beds, and he would get on that top bunk bed and just go through the book. Take the puzzle apart, do the puzzle. Take the puzzle apart, do the puzzle. Like dump all of the pieces on the bed and then do the puzzle, like different, pages of the book. Like it was his jam. All right, so now that I've got this glued to it, it's a little bit, if I hold it like this, you can kind of see, it's a little bit, the paper is bigger than the cat. So I'm just using this nail file, an old nail file, not one that Kathleen is, gonna be needing, or one that I'm gonna be needing, although clearly I am needing a nail file. I gotta do something about these. I am just filing downward to get kind of a nice, smooth edge where the paper meets the puzzle piece. And I thought about painting the front of the cat, because it's not the most beautiful cat, and it's not the most beautiful color. I don't know, some people like earth tone Christmas decorations. No offense if you do. Or tan colored kitties, which again, no offense to tan colored kitties and the people that love them. Our cats, we have had generations of black cats, going back to before we were married. We got married in '91, and that summer, before Kathleen graduated from college, Mystery showed up as a kitten, walking around the house that Kathleen was living in, and I was over there, and we were studying, or I was studying for finals. I don't know what she was doing. And anyway, heard this cat, and she was convinced that it was like one of her friends or neighbors pranking her, walking around the house meowing like a cat. And then she went out and saw that it was a cat, and so she was sitting on the back steps by the kitchen door with a little thing of tuna for this tiny kitten. And the kitten just ran up to her, zipped right past her where she was sitting on the steps, into the house, came into the living room where I was studying, jumped up on the couch, and I was sitting like on the floor, leaning up against the couch, jumped up on the couch, like curled up on the couch, and was like, "Oh, thank you for letting me in." And that was it. Like pretty much from then until 2009 or 2010. So a long time. Mystery was our kitty, and she was a black cat, and then we had some other like tiger striped cats, and then Orion, then Echo, and we still have Echo, and we have Elvis and Shadow, and all black. And then Matthew got Gandalf kitty, who is gray because Gandalf the Grey. And then Paul got Bilbo, who is a white and ginger kitty. Do we have too many cats? Yes, we have too many cats. Does anybody listen to me when I say we have too many cats? No, nobody listens to me when I say we have too many cats. But, it is what it is. Anyway, so black cats, not tan cats. But it's a cute little kitten. And then here's the back, festive. And then what I thought we could do is add a little bow to it. And I'm not going to show you how to tie this bow because honestly, I don't know how I did it, but it's cute. It's how I want it. It's a little bow. It's sort of how you tie a shoelace, but not. Yeah, I'm unclear what sort of magic or you know, mystical deals I had to make to get it to turn out the way that it did, but I like how it looks, and that's what we're gonna go with. And I kind of thought that if I could do it right, I could get it like this, where it's on the top of the kitty's head, and then the tails are hanging down below, like the cat's got this bow tied around its neck as a Christmas gift. And then also I need a string so that we can hang it in the tree. Now the dogs, I think, are too big. I think the dogs would just easily nestle in a tree, or I was thinking, well, I don't know, with 3, with 2, you could put like one on each side of the mantelpiece, and that would be very nice. Like if you have a mantle with your garland or whatever. So that's an option that I'm thinking about. So let's make a loop. And I had a plan. Does this ever happen to you? I had a total plan about holiday decoration, what we were going to do this year. Some years, so this is how it works. Some years I get feedback early on. Like Paul or Matthew, one of the boys, will be like, this year the theme is pink and green. Or this year the theme, like I mentioned earlier, I guess that was in a different video. I mentioned that one year Paul wanted a tropical Christmas. So we did like a tropical Christmas with like Hawaiian leis and like Hawaiian style shirts, and that was really what his aesthetic that he wanted that year. So we did that. So some years they hit me with it early on, and I'm like, okay, all right. So then I have, this year, not so much. And also, Matthew has, last year, he got his own house, rented his own house. I talk about them, and I feel like it's important to say they're both grown adults. They're in their 20s. It's not like they are our children. But so Matthew has his own place, and he moved in. Excuse me while I knock everything down. He moved in December, early part of December. So we had our annual Christmas party at his house, and because it was his first, house on his own, he didn't have Christmas ornaments and Christmas decorations. So he let me decorate his house for him. And so I got to pick, what our theme was. And honestly, the truth is he does have his own Christmas decorations and his own ornaments. Both boys do. They've been collecting them, the entirety of their lives. I mean, I just keep them and put them back. This silver tree, don't know if you can see it, is Matthew's. He picked it out at Target when he was, I want to say, in the first grade, maybe kindergarten. It spoke to what his aesthetic was that year, and so we, went with it. And then penguins, of course, because he loves penguins. He's always loved penguins. So, and pink and green, because if you read the blog, pink and green, that is, those are his favorite colors, but also, when we were living in Colorado one year, that is what he said. This is what the point of my story is. I'm getting to it. Was that, like, early on, he said, pink and green is what this year's Christmas decoration theme is going to be. So I was like, oh, okay. And so kind of went with it. but I had a whole year to get ready and to kind of plan. And so I was operating under the assumption, under the thought, under the sort of plan that perhaps this year, so last year decorated Matthew's house, had our Christmas party at Matthew's house, and then we had Christmas at Matthew's house because it was already decorated, and our house was slightly under decorated, and as it works out. So, you know, it was kind of a nice little treat, and he was, you know, excited about hosting the family. And so I was thinking, oh, well, I'm gonna, you know, I can help Matthew decorate his house, because, you know, go through the things that are his things, and get him, you know, sort of set up. And then, you know, we've got these options for our house. And yeah, well, he's moving out of his house, and so it doesn't look like he'll have his own place. I won't be decorating 2 separate places, and I'm a little bummed because I was like, I could decorate 2 whole Christmas houses. So if you need someone to decorate your house for you, or your tree, or look, I'm your guy. Reach out. I gladly would, like, love to decorate, you know, more than one house, this or any holiday season. So I've glued the bow to the top, and I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue on the back to hold the ribbon in place. And I think I need another tiny dot of hot glue. Problem with the hot glue is that you get those strings everywhere that drive me nuts. All right, so here we go. What do you think? We've got the little kitty with the little bow, kind of cute, and a little ribbon. And then if she flips around, you've got on the back, pretty pattern. And you could write, you know, like if you were going to give it as a gift, Merry Christmas 2025, something like that on the back. You could use it as, I did think about this. You could use it as a stocking tag. Those are really popular right now. In the past few years, where instead of having a monogram stocking or have your name on, you have just like plain matching stockings, but then looped over the loop that hangs the stocking, everyone has a different stocking tag that has their name or something special. Like if we were to do stocking tags this year, wouldn't this be cute for Kathleen? Because, you know, Kathleen, Mama Cat, get it, get it, get it. Anyway, so here are our ornaments from this, from today's crafting and day drinking. We've got the cute little Scotty dog and then the cute little kitty cat. And like inexpensive, easy. I mean, Dollar Tree dog, used wrapping paper, ribbon that I had already in my stash. Got this thrifting, and I mean, it couldn't have been, you know, more than a nickel, a dime, maybe a quarter. I mean, I don't remember exactly, but it was part of everything else that I thrifted. And it's cute and kind of retro, kind of vintage, you know, kind of a throwback. So tell me, what do you think? Which of these was, do you prefer better? And thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, do all of the things. Subscribe, like, follow. Those are, well, the liking, but subscribing, following, that pretty much the same. Subscribe, like, follow. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know where you came from. I mean, like where you're watching from. And what you thought of the video. Let me know if you've ever had a blueberry vodka tonic. Let me know, what do you think I should drink next? But yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate you taking the time to be here today, and I hope that you have a happy holidays. See you soon.